Okay, let's talk about this little lady who's really delusional and doesn't realize her place in this world. Anyway, continue.
What is your gender? It's a little bit complicated. When you say something like, oh, non-binary is not real, then you have to be open to the idea that soccer, which you really appreciate, also isn't real.
Hello everyone, today I have some TikToks and an Instagram reel for you.
Gender isn't real. It's just a construct, and it's basically made up. A lot of transgenders, like this girl here, like to believe that gender is real, so then they can believe in a reason to cut off their body parts and inject themselves with foreign hormones and sterilize themselves, when gender was always about gender roles and basically your role as a particular gender, which is all made up because anyone can take on any damn role they want without destroying their bodies. It's just simple like that.
We're all gonna react to it, so buckle up, it's gonna be a ride.
The reason people defend the gender binary so ferociously, attempt to ban books about gender literacy, disappear gender nonconforming people from public life is because they don't want to confront their lovelessness. That awareness that they've never been allowed to be free. It's easier to romanticize the unfreedom, decorate and accessorize it, mistake dissociation as an identity and a virtue, wear it like a badge or a family heirloom. So many would rather die than give it up. And all this pain, it shows up as resentment and retribution against gender nonconforming people. How dare you make freedom real? How dare you make heaven on earth? I thought we had to wait for joy. I thought that wasn't possible.
I mean, this is nonsense. The only thing I have to say to that is, why do non-binary people think you can't be free as a man or a woman? There's a million...
Well, you're not free if all you ever do is mutilate your body and have to hide your body for the rest of your life in order to keep up the image of supposedly being yourself, which is obviously not being yourself because you are hiding your body. And it is not being free when you are trying to fulfill a role that you cannot fill. So I do agree with that to some extent. When you do not follow the specific gender role that is expected of you, and that is who you are, that's what you're comfortable being. You are not the person that people make you out to be simply because you have a penis or because you have a vagina. You're not going to be the person that people want you to be because you're an individual. Women are individuals. Men are individuals. But what defines a man and what defines a woman is the biological sex, and that cannot be changed. So, I mean, I do agree with that to some extent. That, to me, I think some people do not like when people fight against the binary because it goes against the norm that people want to believe in, even if it doesn't actually have to do with being their true selves, So to me, that's my thing. And then honestly, I think more than anything is we shouldn't be encouraging anyone to take hormones and things of that nature, destroying your body and stuff, all in the name of trying to fit a damn role. Because if you understand what all this is about, non-binary, transgenders, agenders, whatever it may be, it's all about gender at the end of the day. It's got nothing to do with the biological sex. Yet, these people, especially transgenders, will change their sex when they say that what their qualm is that they're not the specific gender that they were expected to be. So, like in this case, this this woman basically, she basically was born a female, but thinks that their gender should be male. Well, the gender role of being a man entails none of which you would be changing your body in any chemical sense. It would just mean that you would take on the roles that a man does, which I don't really care. To me, I don't see that as wrong at all. I think many female people can take on the male gender roles because really, gender roles are just different positions in life and different aspects in life, and some people can fill in those shoes better than other people. That doesn't make them less of the particular sex they were born. Biology isn't going to change just because someone is acting a certain way. It's just not how it works. Biology and science, your chromosomes are going to stay the same no matter what. It's just what it is. You are a female by genetics. Reproductively, any way that one has a child is going to be through being a mother, whether one likes it or not. I mean, these type of people want to talk about the binary as if the people who are talking against the binary are the most abnormal people. To me, I don't see people who are non-binary as the most abnormal if they're not changing their bodies. But I do see transgenders as very abnormal because you're changing your body and you're not making sense. You're literally lying. You literally are saying that you acknowledge you are of the female sex and that your only qualm is that you are of the male gender. Well, if you were of the male gender, that's just got to do with gender roles. But most of your transition is about changing your body, which means you just have a mental illness and you want to change your body parts because you're not happy with your body, you're not happy with yourself. You are going around here trying to act like other people are ill when the only one who's fucking crazy out here is the offensive tranny. That's just my opinion on that. Continue.
The ways you can be a man or a woman. There are not a million genders. Okay, a little side note. People who are just regular men and women, they don't think of...
There is no such thing as gender, in my opinion. Honestly, gender is a construct. Your sex isn't going to change no matter what gender role you want to take on. Your sex is female and there's nothing that can be changed about that. And obviously, actions speak louder than words. With transgender people, look at what they do. They change their bodies. Most of their transition is changing their bodies, not actually changing their gender roles. That's just a part of it. But their main thing is actually changing their bodies. So, I mean, actions speak louder than words. I wouldn't say you have an issue with your gender, per se. You have more of an issue with your sex. You have a problem with your body, most likely because you don't like how other people see your body as it naturally is, because you can't love yourself. If you can't love yourself, how can you expect other people to love yourself? Love your female self. Continue.
about gender as much as you do, Kalak, so yeah. Just a reminder.
What is your gender?
It's a little bit complicated.
Try to explain. My gender both is and isn't. Is and isn't what? Yes. I feel all of them and none of them. So, like, gender fluid. Because that would mean it fluctuates. I feel all of them and none of them simultaneously at the same time.
That sounds like symptoms of multiple personality disorder.
No, it doesn't. I don't think. I think she's that he or she. I don't know. I don't care. That person, because I don't even know how to reference the person. I'm sorry. I think that person is probably trying to get a rise out of people, confuse people. A lot of people do that for attention or whatever. Attention seekers probably had less attention at home or whatever, and they're just trying to get attention from people. I don't think anyone really feels that, because how can you feel all at the same time, but none at the same time? Doesn't make sense to me, but I guess maybe you could say a bit of each at the same time. I don't know. But the point is, gender isn't even real in the first place. So if one said they felt all of them, or if they felt none of them, or if they said they felt like a male while they were female, it's all the same. It's all mentally deranged in one way or another if you are continuously trying to change your body like you are. I don't know what the other person is doing. I'm just focusing on the person who literally is mutilating their body and trying to act like other people are abnormal, when this person is clearly the one who's very abnormal.
So it's like something like bigender, but more? 100%. But more specifically, it's called pangender. I feel an infinite amount of genders, including agender, at the same time, both known and unknown. Oh my god, what does that even feel like? Too much. So are you a man?
Oh, like I said, bigender or whatever, I don't really care. To me, some people say that, but it's when you give reality to something that isn't actually real in the first place, then you complicate everything, in my opinion. Because if you think of it, if you did think that the male gender and female gender existed, some people could fall in between. Some people could fall as neither. Some people could feel a bit of everything, but if it doesn't exist, then you can't feel anything, because it doesn't exist. You get what I'm saying? And to me, gender doesn't exist because anyone can feel any way. It's not like, understand, culturally, gender roles change depending on who is saying what gender is supposed to do what in what culture. So obviously, if gender keeps changing depending on culture, and you literally see certain people in long wedding gowns in certain deserts, and they're males, and they're saying they're not trans, it's totally normal for those men to wear those long wedding dresses, basically, then it's quite clear that gender roles aren't real, because people can wear anything. People can wear wedding dresses. You can have situations where there are matrilineal tribes, and there are patrilineal tribes. So that means it's led by a woman, or it's led by a man. It's going to be different roles for different genders depending on if it's led by a man or if it's led by a woman. Gender constantly is changing, but sex is never changing depending on different tribes, different societies. The genitals are the same. You are either male sex, female sex, or both sexes. That's how it is. There is no way to go around that. And when you start trying to change those body parts, it says that you have an issue with your body. That's it. It's not about any gender stuff that you're trying to distract us with.
Yes and no. Oh, well, yes and no. Non-binary, genderqueer, that kind of stuff? Yes and no. It both exists and doesn't exist simultaneously until someone opens the box, I guess. Let's keep talking about it. Let's open the box. We are not touching the box.
Dude, sounds like you're dealing with some issues. I love how she's acting like she doesn't want to be bothered and she doesn't want to get asked about her gender, but all of these labels is all about wanting to receive attention. When people say, I don't feel like a man or a woman, that's not a concept that makes sense, because feeling like a man, it's only biological men who can feel that way. And feeling like a woman, only biological women can feel that way. And yes, that includes me and my situation. I cannot feel like someone who produces sperm, right? I can't feel like someone who has the opposite set of chromosomes. What these people actually mean is that they don't feel that masculine or that feminine or something in between. And yes, that is possible. The way that you express yourself in your gender.
But masculinity and femininity got nothing to do with whether you're a male or a female. Changing your body parts means you have an issue with your biological body. Not anything to do with you having an issue with say, being feminine. I mean, personally for me, I'm a very masculine female. And that doesn't mean that's got anything to do with one's body. You get what I'm saying? Having issues with your body is a separate issue. It's not the same as being masculine. That can coexist, but that's not actually a part of why you hate your body. And no one should encourage somebody to mutilate their body simply because they're a masculine woman like yourself. Which at that, you're not really all that masculine of a woman, in my opinion, because why are you so dang small? You take testosterone and you're that small, dude. Come on now. But, and also the hand pattern is just not actually masculinized on her, really. The offensive tranny, her hand pattern is not masculinized. It's actually feminized. She has a prominent index finger. So I don't get why she would really say that being masculine has to do with changing your body. It doesn't. You can't excuse away the fact that you're trying to destroy your body, and somehow that's supposed to be excused because you're a masculine female. That's just weird. I don't even have an issue. I want to end in saying I do not have an issue with calling people he, she, it, whatever, whale, okay? My thing is, it's just when you start trying to cut off your dick and try and stuff it in your body and make it into a vagina, or if you're trying to somehow take pieces of your arm off and try and make it into a penis, you obviously are not having an issue with being masculine. You're perfectly fine being masculine. You're trying to change your body. That's what it's about. That's all I have to say in this video. This is obviously a hypocritical individual, and I don't understand how people like this get away with trying to attack people who are non-binary and who, they have their own issues too, but this person obviously is very unwell. You literally are totally mutilating your body and trying to make yourself into a male, but you'll never be a male because you're not XY chromosomes. Look at this person. Look at the shoulders. My freaking shoulders are bigger than that. That area right there, it literally looks like someone who tried to make their face look slightly more unattractive and less pretty for a female while having a small female body on top. You know what I mean? I don't get it. You're not even looking like a female. You're not. You literally look like a female with short hair at this point. To me, maybe a little slight mustache there. Some females have mustaches. But I just don't get it. I really don't. To me, it's just like you're literally saying that these people have problems or they're mentally unwell, but you are the sickest of them all because you've done it all to your body, basically. These people are just talking about they don't want to feel like a man today, or they don't want to feel like a woman today, or whatever. They probably haven't even done anything to their bodies yet, like you have. You've completely mutilated your body, and you're trying to put these people off as more mentally ill than you when you've done it all. You clearly are the nuttiest of the nutcases in this video. So that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, everyone. Comment down below, and have a great day. Bye.